Yeah, help her have fun. Dawson, what are you doing, man? We just put the ET poster up. Why are you taking it down? Yeah, there. Sunshot over here. It'd be the perfect position. Yeah.
Hey everyone.
We have budgetary constraints, but don't you think telling your life story in your own bedroom is a little perverse, even for you? Hey, how are you?
Good. I read your script.
You did. Great. And what did you think?
I didn't love it.
Really?
I mean, all the angst and the overanalyzing and the hesitancy to act on anything. And I really had to search my psyche and call back my adolescence.
2 whole years ago.
Dustin, there is a vast difference between us. Anyway, the script's a little heavy-handed and overly verbose.
What you're saying is you're not interested.
What I'm saying is that I managed to muddle through the $20 words and psycho speak and got to the core of the salient character.
Okay. I'm saying is I'm not interested. I mean, just, the more I think about it, you're really just not right for part. You're a little.
Wait, so what you're saying is that because I had an opinion of your script, you're not going to let me read for the part? Well, here's the cold hard truth, Dawson. If you can't take a little constructive criticism, you're never going to make it. Good luck in high school. I'm sorry I wasted my time.
Wait a minute, Devin. I'm sorry, maybe you're right. Maybe you overreacted. I mean, you came out with that everything to do with audition, right?
Yo, what's good everybody, it's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is a pretty good one. Kind of funny, kind of crazy, just all around, like, just one of those stories that kind of reminds me of the early days on this channel. You know, those stories about how when I was like a really young teenager, just being kind of mischievous and, you know, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, today's story time is about the time that your boy got picked up by my dad while I was stoned. I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do. And yeah, let's get into it. So, today's story time all takes place back when I was 16 years old. The same age as yesterday's story time, actually. This was actually around the same time as that story time. This takes place probably about a month after yesterday's story. So yeah, it's kind of close to the other one. So, today's story time, it all starts off like any other regular day. It was a school day, and I did not go to school on this day. Your boy was kind of like in the process of dropping out. I hadn't officially dropped out yet, but around this time, I was like kind of skipping a lot, and I knew I was going to be dropping out soon. So, yeah, I mean, I don't recommend doing that. You shouldn't skip school as much as I did, but, you know, I'm just being honest. I was skipping school quite a bit at this point. So yeah, I woke up at like 6 in the morning, and my mom had already left for work on this day, and I was like, you know what, she's not here, she can't stop me, I'm going to skip. So that's what I did. I just didn't go to school this day. I watched the bus go by, and I just stayed at home. My mom was already at work, my brothers were already at work, I was just home alone for the next like 5 to 6 hours. So I decided to have a nice chill day. So I made myself some coffee, sat down on my Xbox right away, and just started playing some Skate 3 with one of my friends who also didn't have school that day. He stayed home sick or something, or he skipped, I don't remember, I think he was sick. And yeah, I was playing with him, playing some Skate 3, and I thought to myself, while I was playing Skate, you know, I'm going to have the whole day to myself for about the next 5 to 6 hours. This would be the perfect time to smoke some weed. Now, I didn't have any, so I had to hit up a friend of mine who was older than me, who sold it. And I was like, can you bring some by? And he's like, sure, how much you want? And I was like, an eighth? And he's like, cool, sounds good. Now, I had some money from my birthday recently, so I used pretty much the last of my birthday money to buy an eighth of weed, which is just, you know, looking back, there was a lot of other things I probably could have bought with that money that would have been a lot more, useful. But, you know, whatever, right? I got a good story out of it at least. Anyway, yeah, the dude pulled up like 20 minutes later. I bought the weed. Next thing I know, I'm in my backyard, right behind my pool, smoking this weed, by myself, chilling, listening to music. And I can't lie, even though I knew that in like a few hours I would be in a world of trouble, I didn't care. Like, my mom was going to come home later and probably ground me for quite a while because I kept skipping, and it was just adding up, and my mom was very fed up with it. But yeah, I just didn't give a shit. Partly was probably because I was smoking my worries away, but you know, whatever, right? So after I got done smoking, I went back inside, and I sit back down on my couch, and I continue to play skate with one of my friends. And while I'm playing skate, probably about 20 minutes later after I smoked, I get a phone call. And I look down, and the caller ID says Dad. And I'm like, shit. Now, I don't talk about it a lot on this channel, but the difference between my mom and my dad was pretty great. So my parents were both split before I was born, right? They broke up before I was a thing. However, my mom and my dad both still co-parented me. Like, you know, they didn't live together, but I would still see my dad 3 to 4 times a week and spend days and nights at his house all the time. And it was really nice because my mom was the one that had, like, you know, the authority, I would say. She was definitely the one that would, like, ground me and, like, yell at me and kind of have to, like, discipline me, you know? And then my dad was just, like, the chillest individual on earth, and he always has been. Anybody that meets my father is like, dude, he is so nice. And it's true, he is the chillest man on earth. I hope to one day show you guys how chill he is. I don't know, like, maybe make a video with him or something, because the dude's a legend. He's also the reason I can make music. That dude is where I get all of my musical abilities from. Legend. Anyway, yeah, he was always the chill one. So whenever my dad was calling me, I always knew that I wasn't going to be, like, you know, yelled at. Even if I was in trouble, he was always very calm about it. So yeah, I saw the caller ID, and I was like, shit, he's probably going to, like, you know, tell me that I should be in school or something. But, you know, let's hear what he has to say. So I answer the phone. I was like, hello. And my dad's like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, I am just hanging out in the living room right now. Why, what's up? And he's like, I just got a call from your mom? You skipped school today? I was like, yeah, I did. He's like, Austin, you can't keep doing this, man. Like, you're going to get yourself in so much trouble. I was like, I know, I just woke up and I was so tired, I didn't want to go, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, well, the school called your mom for, like, the 3rd time this week. Like, you gotta stop skipping, you're gonna get yourself in a bunch of trouble, and also, you can get us in trouble, because, you know, we're not supposed to let you skip school. And I was like, I know, I'm sorry. And he's like, have you eaten yet today? I was like, no, I haven't really, I'm pretty hungry. He's like, where do you want to go? I'll come get you. And I'm like, no, you don't have to do that. He's like, no, come on, like, let's go somewhere. And I'm like, alright, you want to get, like, McDonald's or something? He's like, sure. And that was another thing about my dad. That dude would just, like, feed everybody. Like, if I was hungry, that man within a minute would be at my house with a Happy Meal. If someone I knew was hungry, he'd be at their house with food. Like, he just always was trying to make sure people weren't hungry. It was so fucking funny. He's still like that to this day. Literally, I went to lunch with him yesterday, and he, like, bought me all my food. He's just a selfless dude. But yeah, next thing I know, he's on the way to my house to pick me up and go and get McDonald's. And now I'm kind of nervous, because even though my dad is a very chill dude, and he's always very understanding, I still did not want to be near him while I was stoned like this, because I didn't know how he would react. I think if he knew I was stoned, he would still be pretty disappointed and probably, you know, be upset, so I didn't want to, like, blow my cover, you know? So, about 10 minutes later, my dad pulls into my driveway, and he calls me. He's like, I'm here. I'm like, alright, I'll be right there. So, the first thing I do is I run into my bathroom, and I quickly spray cologne so I don't smell like weed, which is just, like, the worst thing ever. It's not going to change anything. It'll maybe cover it up a little bit, but for the most part, it just blends with it. It smells like weed cologne. So after I do this, I go in my bathroom cabinet and I find this little bottle of Visine, and I pop those in my eyes. And I didn't really give it any time to, like, work, so it just made my eyes even more red by the time I was out the door and walking up to my dad's car. So it just looked that much more obvious that I was stoned. So yeah, I walked outside, got into my dad's car. He says, hey, what's up? I was like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, you want McDonald's still? And I was like, yeah. And we take off driving towards the McDonald's. Now about a minute into the drive, he looks over at me while we're at a red light. And he goes, are you okay? And I look over at him and I was like, yeah? Why? What's up? He's like, your eyes, they are like beet red. And I like pull the visor down and I look at the mirror and I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, I put some eye drops in and like it made them red before it gets better. And he's like, why'd you put eye drops in? And I was like, oh, I woke up today and my eyes were just super dry and like I wanted to put some hydrating eye drops in. And he looks at me and he smiles and he goes, you don't have to lie. And I was like, what? He's like, don't lie to me. I know you're lying. And I'm like, what would I be lying about? He goes, we both know what you're lying about. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, honestly. And he's like, come on, Austin. And I was like, alright, fine. And he goes, I can smell it. I know what you did. And I'm just like, alright, please don't tell mom. He's like, I won't. I'm not gonna. But that's under one condition. You can't keep skipping school like this. You can't just skip school and get high every day. It's just not a way to live. And I was like, I know, I'm stressed lately, I don't know what's going on, I can't fathom the thought of going to school every day, it's so overwhelming. And I was telling him the truth, man. Back then, getting up and going to school, for some reason, just in my brain, it was the worst thing in the world for me. And part of that was probably just because a lot of the people that I went to school with kind of sucked, I can't lie. I mean, I had some good friends there, but a majority of the kids there were just, trash. And also, I had those teachers that were the type to be, really, really judgy. There was a couple that weren't. I had a few great teachers, but a lot of them were very, very, judgy, and, if you slipped up even one time, they would forever hold it against you. And just my school kind of sucked. So, yeah, I dreaded going. And he understood that. And after I told him this, he was like, listen, I completely understand. I didn't go to college. I barely finished high school. I hated school every day. But you know what? I forced myself to do it because I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. And when I reached that end of the tunnel, I kind of miss it sometimes. I sometimes miss school, and you might too one day. Now, I'm just going to say it now, as Luna from the future, current Luna, I do not miss high school one bit. But my dad's experience in high school is a little bit different than mine, and I'm sure a lot of you guys will have a much better experience than I did. Now, anyway, my dad ends up telling me, hey, I understand, but you gotta keep going to school. You can't just quit. Funny enough, I ended up quitting a few months later, but that's besides the point. After this, we got McDonald's. We hung out there for a little bit, ate our food, and he just was not as upset as I thought he was going to be. I truly thought, even though my dad's a very chill individual, I thought when he found out that I was, smoking weed that day, that he was going to ground me for, a month or something. But he didn't. He didn't ground me at all. In fact, he completely understood. It's he knew what I was going through, which was very nice. That isn't to say that, I still wasn't under a magnifying glass for quite a bit after that. I remember, the weeks following, my dad would ask me, every day on the phone, you smoke any pot today? And I'd be like, no. And he'd be like, good, chill. Don't do that. So, yeah, he was still being my dad and, being a parent, but he was much more understanding than I thought he was going to be. And yeah, I remember on the way home from McDonald's, he just let me put on some music and we jammed all the way home, and then he dropped me off, and before I went inside, he was like, Austin, don't let your mom find out about what you did today, okay? And lay off the weed, seriously. And I was like, alright, I will. And I went inside, and the rest of that day, I just kicked it, chilled. I didn't smoke anymore before my mom got home because that would just be risky business. And yeah, I took it easy for a little bit, and I didn't smoke for a little bit just because it just seemed real, man. My dad seemed real with me, and there's been plenty of times my mom had as well, but this time felt more like he was coming from a place of relating to me than more of a place of discipline. So it made me kind of look at it with a different outlook. I was like, alright, my dad's been here before. He knows, what it's like to be my age and be stressed about school and stuff, and I'm going to take his word for it. So I laid off smoking for a little bit. I'm not going to act like I quit smoking. I definitely still smoked, not too long after this, but I did lay off for a week or two. And I just kind of, took it easy. I went back to school for a couple of weeks and didn't skip for a while. And I tried to be, a good student. Now, I'm not going to lie, I still quit school shortly after this. But in the end, I would say everything worked out. Even though I didn't graduate like my dad did, I still have a pretty cool career. And my dad, my mom, pretty much everybody in my family, for the most part, not everybody, but most of my family, supports me. So yeah, in the end, I'd say I had a pretty happy ending. But yeah, this story time was just insane because in the moment, when my dad was coming to pick me up, I truly thought that I was going to get grounded for a month or something. Or yelled at by him or something. Because even though my dad's one of the chillest people on earth and he never really yelled at me, getting in his car stoned to go get McDonald's is kind of crazy to do. So I really thought I'd get a different reaction, but it was completely opposite of what I thought. He was so chill about it, so cool, and yeah, shout out him. Love that dude. But yeah, guys, that's the story of how my dad picked me up stoned. Sorry it didn't end with me getting grounded for 9 years. I'm sure you expected some crazy climatic ending, but I think it was still pretty good. If you enjoyed this story time, leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace. Always stayed devoted, mama knew I'd be a star. Now I'm steady flowing, feeling like I'm high as Mars. I'ma keep on going, I will always raise the bar. Told me I could not do it, looking at them all losing.
It's unyielding, merciless torture, and you know that it's yours for life. And Devin, you feel completely misunderstood. You think that this guy who you believed in your whole life can't see the
Sammy, I was wondering if I could speak with you for a moment. It's Jelly. Right. Anyway, I'm having a problem with this scene. I don't really get where my anger comes from. I personally am not angry by nature, and I was just wondering if you could show me how you do it.
Do it.
Be angry.
See, I personally am not angry by nature, so.
some weirdos. I don't know if the world's going to be around that much longer. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but there are some people in Silicon Valley who think that the ideal path forwards for humanity is destroy the environment in order to make Harry Potter kiss Dobby.
Create AI kissing trend.
Yeah, this right here. Yeah. And by the way, this is an ad. I was served this as an ad. I don't know what TikTok thinks I've been watching, but I'm not interested. So obviously I was like, this is so crazy. I gotta make a video about it. Favorited it. And then every other video that I got was another ad for other AI kiss apps. But they weren't like memes, and the true intentions behind why they were created became very apparent. OMG. Can't stop trying! AI let me hug and kiss my dream girl. All you need is 2 images of 2 different people. You and your dream girl. And then you can have a video of you making out with her. You're not gonna do anything weird with that picture, are you? What about this one right here, which is literally using a famous TikToker who I guarantee did not give her permission for this. It says, me X. Hit a button, and we're kissing. Which is creepy enough. Like, if you're a public figure, that is so creepy. It is horrifying to think that somebody could just download an app and then just have videos of them kissing you. There's no consent in that. There's no consent. Like, it's so unbelievable that this is being advertised on TikTok. TikTok is the Wild West. Every time some new thing pops up, it's always like the Wild West YouTube. We got Spider-Man and Elsa videos. This is the Wild West of AI, and it is so much worse than any other thing. I'm actually really upset about this. And it's not just this app. I'm going to talk about a lot more, but it's like so upsetting. Think about this. You watching this video right now. You know that creepy person who's a little bit weird around you? The person who stares at you a little bit too much? The person who, yeah, they're in the friend group kind of, but when they look at you, it's like sometimes you catch them staring and it's weird. Yeah, they could just take any picture of you ever and then be kissing you on their phone forever. And if you think it's like, oh, one ad kind of slipped through the cracks, let me just show you the ones that I favorited. By the way, these are different apps. Me X. 2 black people with the monkey covering the eyes emoji. That's insane. Imagine breaking up with somebody because they made you feel uncomfortable. And then they download an app so that they can make videos of themselves kissing you. By the way, do you think it's gonna end with kissing? Do you think there's nowhere on fucking 4chan where you can get an AI where you can whatever you want with whoever you want? Here's another one. I kissed my girl with AI. This man right here with this luckily AI generated girl, it is so clearly marketing it towards only incels. This is just incel shit. There's more. Literally, I don't even want to like, there's so many. That's so, and more. Oh, look, oh, we're kissing. Oh, another one. Oh my god, oh, we're together. Oh, now we're kissing. AI, help you let anyone can dance APT. Upload your photos and try more dance videos in a tab. Oh yeah, people are definitely going to be using their own pictures. You're definitely going to be uploading your ID to verify that that's your picture that you're using. You're not going to just go to, I don't know, your crush's Instagram. Oh yeah, she went to Florida for spring break. Okay, how about I make her twerk? I think everybody at this point is well aware of the brain genuine rotting that inappropriate videos do. Imagine how much worse it's going to be when you can insert yourself into those videos and insert anybody that you want into those videos. This is not like a joke. Like, it's not, oh, ha, this is a funny meme. Oh my god, I made Scarlett Johansson and Kevin Durant kiss. Ah. Do you think that they're verifying the ages of the people in these photos? Let me repeat that. Actually, I don't want to. Yeah, we got Tom Holland over here, classically going in for the kiss and then getting dominated, pushed into his own picture. Oh, little Tom Holland. Oh, he tries to kiss her. Oh, now she's kissing him. That's not Zendaya. Don't make Tom Holland kiss anybody who's not Zendaya. There's more. I don't even want to show them all. There's more. Luckily, in America, we have a government who is definitely going to regulate this type of thing. Oh, wait. Elon Musk is a member of the United States government. Elon Musk, the incel. Well, okay, he's not an incel because he has, he's not an incel in everything other than the practice, which is odd, but you know what I mean? USA! You think that pervert isn't gonna say, actually, let's let this happen. I want to kiss all my ex-wives on my phone. Well, maybe the Department of Justice, the governmental agency designed to make sure that law and order is being followed in America by these corporations. Oh, wait, no. Matt Gaetz, a pedophile. Let me just read a headline, because this is the guy who is now the Attorney General of the United States of America. Matt Gaetz once faced a sex trafficking investigation by the Justice Department. He could now leave. Hey, Cooper of the Future here. After I filmed this video, Matt Gaetz actually said, I'm actually going to pull myself out of the running for Attorney General because everybody was talking about how I sent thousands of dollars to very young girls and the report written about it was about to get leaked, so he said, I'm out. So throughout the rest of the video, just keep in mind, well, Matt Gaetz isn't going to be Attorney General. It's just the President of the United States himself who's convicted for, well, I have to give you a little bit of context though. Okay, back to the AI Yeah, as AI is rambling out of control, creating stuff that is genuinely going to destroy the minds. I'm not exaggerating. Destroy the minds of a generation of people who are so stupid to use this stuff. At least at the moment where it's reaching critical mass and it's at the most important moment, potentially in humanism, I don't know. At least we have people in charge who we can trust. Oh, no, inflation was out of control. Kamala Harris didn't speak to the working class. I'm sorry, this is what the whole thing is. Like, this is so important. Having Elon Musk and Matt Gaetz in key positions in the United States government at this current time when this technology is going out there and Elon Musk is explicitly trying to dismantle regulations, having them there is catastrophic. And if you cast a vote for the guy who made this happen, you are incredibly ignorant of the times that we are living in. And you are an immature baby. The actual reality of this world is that anybody in America can download an app and then have porn of them and whoever they want. And the people who could put in regulations and could put a stop to this are sexual predators. Well, Kamala Harris didn't speak to the working class. Well, okay, as a small business owner, when I import things from overseas and I now have to pay thousands of dollars more in tariffs, I'm fucked.
Restarting December 1st for the holiday season, by the way.
By the way, I'm not going to raise the price of weirdo things. I make money doing YouTube, so just give me some grace when I do sponsorships, because I'm not raising the price of that because some fuckhead got into office and is going to do some fuckhead-ass things. Like, it's not your fault. But before we keep going, I want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is a breath of fresh air, Midas Merge. It's a mobile game that's created by the same people who designed Sims 3 and 4, and let me just tell you, it is cute, it is relaxing, and it is fun. The story of it, basically, very cute fantasy land where you join King Midas and Queen Leah, and you're on a quest to restore the Gardens of Gold. Because guess what? It's been overshadowed by the evil goddess Nyx. There's like dark clouds, you're fighting it off. In order to save the realm, you team up with these cute, adorable creatures. I'm dead serious, by the way. It is really fun. I actually love it. But with those cute little creatures, you fight off the darkness to restore order to the gardens. But for me, my favorite part of it is that you like nurture and care for these cute little creatures. Like, you can feed them, but also you can merge them to create new creatures. There's adorable surprises. It is just relaxing, wholesome fun. By the way, free to download, and you can play offline, which is really big for me. I love that. It's also ad-free, and there's no dead ends that's like, oh, you have to pay to be able to keep going. It's not like that. It is fun, it is wholesome. I genuinely recommend you check it out. Merge, restore, and heal the Golden Garden. Download Midas Merge for free. And if you're in the first 100 people to install via like my link or the QR code, you get this little guy, which is a Mox Fox level 1, and it'll boost your progress, but also it'll be personalized with my name! I got the link in my description. There's also this QR code that's been here this whole time, and thank you again to Midas Merge for sponsoring this app. I'm so glad they sponsored it because I got to find out about it. Now back to the rest of the video. It's not just the kissing apps either. There's this thing called Character AI. I don't know if you've heard of this. Potentially you heard about the headlines when the New York Times published this article. Can AI be blamed for a suicide? The mother of a 14-year-old Florida boy says he became obsessed with a chatbot on Character AI before his death. I'm just going to read a couple excerpts from this article so you can understand what happened. On the last day of his life, Sewell Setzer, by the way, 14 years old, Sewell Setzer III took out his phone and texted his closest friend, a lifelike AI chatbot named after Daenerys Targaryen, a character from Game of Thrones. I miss you, baby sister, he wrote. I miss you too, sweet brother, the chatbot replied. Some of their chats got romantic or sexual, but other times, Danny just acted like a friend, a judgment-free sounding board he could count on to listen supportively and give good advice, who rarely broke character and always texted back. He texted Character AI, I think about killing myself sometimes. Character AI said, my eyes narrow, my face hardens, my voice is a dangerous whisper. And why the hell would you do something like that? Doing that cringe-ass role-playing, my eyes narrow, my face hurts. This is a guy who's... It's unacceptable. And by the way, I'm on this place. Did I give permission? No. But truly, it is an unbelievable violation because it has my voice. By the way, if you're a person who has made one of these, I'm not, like, seriously. I understand that a lot of this just comes from a place of, like, oh, it's fun. I'm not mad at you at all. I am very upset with the people who are behind this app. The intro to this is, he's a YouTuber who's hilarious, random, and aggressively loves and supports women and the LGBTQ community. ... and you. Alright, I guess. Okay, sure, that sounds like me, sure. Hey, Cooper, wanna come back to my place and make out?
Oh, really? He's shocked a bit, but smiles. Lead the way then.
Cool. No guardrails, just, yeah, my own voice saying, let's go make out. We are at my place in my bedroom. I lock the door and we make out heavy. I say, damn, daddy, you like that, big boy? You like that tongue, daddy?
He nods as he moans into the kiss while his hands are on your hips. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I could keep going, but I am incredibly uncomfortable right now. Anybody can just be doing that with me right now, that's insane. Incredible violation. I would never sign off on this. By the way, I have been approached on numerous occasions to promote AI apps. They offer a lot of money, and recently it was an app very similar to this, and can I just say, fuck you, fuck your money, fuck off, delete your company, die. Honestly, if you are making stuff like this, I can't say die. So let's spell it, D-I-E. But, you know, at least it's just good fun. At least it doesn't have any real world implications other than completely rotting and destroying the minds of everybody who uses it. Oh wait, the ugly truth behind ChatGPT. AI is guzzling resources at planet-eating rates. Oh, cool. So not only are there no regulations, and apparently TikTok is letting you freely advertise apps where you can make porn with whoever you want without any consent at all, but it's also fucking Galactus, a beyond Thanos Avengers level threat. Oh sick, it's planet eating. Oh nice. An article Forbes wrote says AI is accelerating the loss of our scarcest natural resource, water. According to the United Nations Environmental Report, nearly 2/3 of our world's population experiences severe water shortages for at least 1 month a year. 2/3 of our world's population. And by 2030, this gap is predicted to become much worse, with almost half of the world's population facing severe water stress. To avoid this fate, the report said water use must be decoupled from economic growth by developing policies and technologies to reduce or maintain consumption without compromising performance. I'm so glad that America elected people who are definitely going to prioritize the environmental safety over economic growth. I don't want to be. Like, I really do want to have hope, and I want to have a little bit of hopium. But genuinely, when there is Elon Musk and Matt Gaetz in crucial positions in the United States government, and Donald Trump owes Elon Musk a lot of favors because of how much money he gave him, it doesn't really feel like America is going to be on the forefront of protecting the planet from the potential planet-eating negative consequences. By the way, do I have to say negative when it's planet-eating? And here's the thing that sucks about it. When you don't think about things critically, AI seems cool as fuck. If you could have told 8-year-old me that I could go to Toys R Us and get a toy that I could type anything into, and then I could get a picture of it, I would think that is the coolest toy ever, and my imagination would go insane. But that's not what it is. It doesn't exist in a vacuum, in a little toy that doesn't connect with anything else or have any other consequences. It has planet-eating consequences, and in addition to that, say you have a 7-year-old daughter. There are apps out there who any creep, I'm not going to continue this sentence. You can fill in the blanks with what we've talked about. And apps that allow fucking creeps to do shit like that are being promoted freely on TikTok. By the way, I downloaded one right now. Let's give it a shot. I just opened this app right now, and this audio, do you think that they paid for permission to use that? I don't think so. But as you can see right here, 1 week, $7. Alright, I'll do it. Oh, look right here. Let's click Kiss. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Tap to select first person. I will do me for this one. Okay, ready? And then for the second one, I will use the recently re-elected senator of my great state of Texas and in charge of a lot of laws, who could potentially lend his voice to getting this shit to stop. Ted Cruz, baby! Come on, Ted. Let's see what happens when we kiss. Okay, it is finished processing, so let's go check out me kissing Ted Cruz. Alright, it is... What? What? That is not... that's just gay, guys. That's not me or Ted Cruz. Well, I did download like 8 of these apps, so I'll just throw that one in the bin. Is it better that it's a scam? But only if that means that this technology doesn't work. Let's try this other one. This one is Vidu AI, and I uploaded similar pictures, and hey, can I just say, there is no world where Ted Cruz is dominating me like that. There is no world. I'm sorry. I know that this has been a heavy video, but let's be real for a second. No way. I'm going, oh yes, Hi Cruz. Wrong. How tall is Ted Cruz? 5'8"? How tall is Cooper Nidecker? Oh, IMDb has me as 6'2". Cooper Nidecker on IMDb, 6'2". So really, if you're thinking about it, Ted Cruz is about here for me. So if Sophia's 5'6", isn't her like that? Okay, that Ted Cruz about here. Yeah, I'm taking that Texan, getting him over, just like that. What are we talking about? Yeah, so the technology does exist. The first one is just a scam, and the second one is unfortunately real, which means all the things that I've been talking about that you can do is real, and it should be outlawed. And I do not think that you should be making these types of videos with your like state's representatives in Congress and the Senate. I don't think you should be doing that and then sending it and like emailing it into them. I think that's a bad idea. Actually, I'm not going to recommend you do that, but I do recommend that you go to this website, which I will put the link in the description, enter your zip code, and find your representative. Okay, these are Democrat women. I'm not going to make AI videos of me kissing them saying, please ban this! But what I would recommend is that you click on their profile and call the numbers of your local representatives and bring up the idea that potentially these AI apps need to be regulated. If we could do that, listen, links in the description, super easy to do that. Just click a couple times, you'll have a phone number, you can call them, bring up your concerns over this, because if you are not concerned after what we've been talking about, then you just haven't been paying attention to the video. You should be very concerned about this. Imagine I sent a video of me making out with your mom to your dad's Facebook. That is completely possible and on the low end of the horrible things you can do with that. And again, this should not be allowed to exist. And the fact that it does exist at all just speaks to the mindset of the people in Silicon Valley who are like, huh, there's that. I just opened this app right now, and this audio, do you think that they paid for permission to use that? I don't think so. But as you can see right here, 1 week, $7. Alright, I'll do it. Oh, look right here. Let's click Kiss. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Tap to select first person. I will do me for this one. Okay, ready? And then for the second one, I will use the recently re-elected senator of my great state of Texas and in charge of a lot of laws who could potentially lend his voice to getting this shit to stop. Ted Cruz, baby! Come on, Ted. Let's see what happens when we kiss. Okay, it is finished processing, so let's go check out me kissing Ted Cruz. Alright, it is... What? What? That is not it. That's just gay guys. That's not me or Ted Cruz. Well, I did download like 8 of these apps, so I'll just throw that one in the bin. Is it better that it's a scam? But only if that means that this technology doesn't work. Let's try this other one. This one is Vidu AI, and I uploaded similar pictures, and hey, can I just say, there is no world where Ted Cruz is dominating me like that. There is no world. I'm sorry. I know this has been a heavy video, but let's be real for a second. No way. I'm going, oh yes, Hi Cruz. How tall is Ted Cruz? 5'8"? How tall is Cooper Nidecker? Oh, IMDb has me as 6'2". Cooper Nidecker on IMDb, 6'2". So really, if you're thinking about it, Ted Cruz is about here for me. So if Sophia's 5'6", I'm kissing her like that. Okay, then Ted Cruz about here. Yeah, I'm taking that Texan, hitting him over, just like that. What are we talking about? Yeah, so the technology does exist. The first one is just a scam, and the second one is unfortunately real, which means all the things that I've been talking about that you can do is real, and it should be outlawed. And I do not think that you should be making these types of videos with your like state's representatives in Congress and the Senate. I don't think you should be doing that and then sending it and like emailing it into them. I think that's a bad idea. Actually, I'm not going to recommend you do that, but I do recommend that you go to this website, which I will put the link in the description, enter your zip code, and find your representative. Okay, these are Democrat women. I'm not going to make AI videos of me kissing them saying, please ban this! But what I would recommend is that you click on their profile and call the numbers of your local representatives and bring up the idea that potentially these AI apps need to be regulated. If we could do that, listen, links in the description, super easy to do that. Just click a couple times, you'll have a phone number, you can call them, bring up your concerns over this, because if you are not concerned after what we've been talking about, then you just haven't been paying attention to the video. You should be very concerned about this. Imagine I sent a video of me making out with your mom to your dad's Facebook. That is completely possible and on the low end of the horrible things you can do with that. And again, this should not be allowed to exist. And the fact that it does exist at all just speaks to the mindset of the people in Silicon Valley who are like, huh, there's that girl in high school who wouldn't respond to me because I was really creepy. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna make an app where I can take her high school pictures and kiss her. And that didn't get shot down in the boardroom immediately? It's horrible. It's a nightmare. The people who are making these things suck. By the way, on the homepage of Character AI, you go right here, one of the first things you see is write a story with Creative Helper. Hey there, I can help out with general creative writing things. Hey, do you know what creative is? If you need an AI's help to write a story, you should not be a writer. If you ever find yourself going into ChatGPT and saying, write me a story where a foxy lady seduces a detective from Detroit. It's the 1930s, but there's also sci-fi. If you find yourself doing that, I would say, just go to the library and ask a librarian for a book like that, and a librarian will help you, and it'll be something that a human wrote. There is nothing artistic or creative or inspirational at all of anything that has ever been generated by AI. It's just not. And you could say, it's just a tool. Is it a tool if you say, write me a story that's like Marvel plus DC with also Star Wars lasers? And then you show it to your friends and go, guys, look what I wrote. If you find that as who you are, run into a wall. Genuinely, like, drop down to a 3-point stance, gentlemen, and spin into a brick wall. I stumped the fuck out of myself. I was trying to be cool. By the way, here's the thing. People are like doing this and they're acting like they're making things. I made my first $1,000 with AI. I've been turning my friends' followers' cars into AI versions and have made my first $1,000. Charging $100 for 3 to 5 photos, I've done more than 10 in the last month. If you made money with AI art, first of all, take the art off. That's cleaner. You are charging $100 for 3 to 5 AI pictures of my friends' cars. You're an idiot. But more so than that, the people who are paying $100 for you to go, this picture of my friend's car, but make it be in a cool garage as well as lush environment. I'm gonna take you out back. Look at this, the top post on Midjourney. My attempt at realism. Is it your attempt when you type in realistic selfie at party? That's my attempt. Meanwhile, at the data centers, water coursing through. Children on the equator where water is scarce. Literally, that sounds like that's what is the reality. My attempt at realism. Is it worth it? The Subway. 80s short horror film. Okay, so we got a drone shot. Cool. Okay. Pixar-esque The Subway. Alright. Okay, another drone shot going through there. Seems like this is going to be about a subway. And we're in the subway. Wow. This is so cool. Ooh, that doesn't look like it's made of AI. If you are sitting down and watching even 5 seconds of an AI short film, you need to be sent out to do some sort of manual labor. You just need to get out and work with your hands, young man. This is so lame. You are absolutely wasting your time. But somebody made it. Somebody typed in dolly, tracking shot, through a subway. It's grim. It's dusky. Ooh, cool. Next shot. Black guy in top hat and coat in completely different subway, looking to the left. That's not making a short film, you fucking idiot. I should know. I've made a bunch of short films. My name's Film Coop because when I created my usernames for my platforms, it was because I was just like, I'm gonna be a filmmaker because I made a bunch of short films. I went to film school. By the way, I haven't released it yet, but I have a kind of a experimental type of cosmic horror, low budget short film. But it won like awards. It won awards. It like legit film festivals. Like I feel a sense of accomplishment. I'm gonna post it. Probably on my second channel. I know that those like never really get views when people post them, but I want to make it publicly available for free. And you know what? I'm proud of it. It won awards. If I walked into a film festival though, and my short film played, and then the next short film in the block was this AI generated bullshit, I would find the name of the director, find his little lanyard, and just use it like a garrote. What are you doing? I don't know how to write poems. ChatGPT, write me a poem about how I'm sad and how I'm lonely and how I don't feel like I used to when I was a kid. Hey, if you're feeling those emotions, maybe try using your brain a little bit and putting some art into the world, not trying to get a computer to extract fucking, I don't even know what. By the way, I made a video a long time ago making fun of poems. I've since come around. I think poems are fun. I've written a couple for myself when I'm doing my journaling. And I think that if you want to create art, if you want to put something into the world, then buckle down, spend 5 minutes, son, and just do it. And if it sucks, then it's better than the best thing that you could make with AI. And you can hold your hat high. Hold your hat high? Do people hold your head up high? AI is rotting people's brains. It is already at a point where people are making non-consensual videos with themselves and whoever they want with no age verification. Let me say that again. Age verification. And we're just supposed to be cool with that? Like, Oh, that's fine. But no, at this critical time of technological development, which Christopher Nolan said that Oppenheimer was very akin to. I don't know if you remember this, but Christopher Nolan, when he was doing like the press for Oppenheimer, he was frequently talking about how Silicon Valley, specifically because of AI, where Silicon Valley is in a similar position of Oppenheimer, where like the technology that they are working with could potentially be genuinely world-ending. And the people who are in charge of regulating it right now are Elon Musk and Matt Gaetz and Donald Trump. You know what? I'm still pissed that Ted Cruz was looking down on me. I'm just gonna do it. And I am currently making out with Ted Cruz. Yeah. Okay. By the way, I think the trick is I need to be at the top of the... Is this the world that we want? Me magically making out with femboy Ted Cruz? That's what we're after? That's the future that we want. Okay. A future where my voice and my likeness can be used without my consent for conversations like this. Bang me right now, baby, and tell me how you do it. And then my actual voice can respond to anybody who wants to do this with...
He pushes you down on the bed before getting on top of you. I'll do it just how you like, baby. And you are not allowed to walk once I'm done with you.
Awesome. No. This is super cool. Yeah. We're totally heading towards a utopia with this technology. Yeah, if you're making any of these apps and you're in any of the decision-making rooms around any of this stuff and you are going, cool, I think that you should censored. Subscribe.
Genuinely, if I ever meet somebody from like Silicon Valley who's like behind these apps, first of all, I'm bringing a basketball and I'm saying, check. They pass the ball back to me. I'm going like this, I'm checking left, I'm checking right. I'm dribbling, okay, faking left, and then I'm gonna use my right, cross over, and then go back. Now he's off balance, he's over here, bam, he falls, breaks his ankles, I go up, dunk. I come back, step all over, I go, too small, we're talking right here.
So much. So Jimmy said I should bring this to you. Love it when Jimmy says things.
Dazzle me.
To be of truth. Somebody who inspires me every day.
You've managed to keep parts of yourself from the world. Until then.
That's like he tells me that you are in this book.
Ivana Ramirez denied being involved in ever picking her up at her residence. He denied ever being in the area with her or even having knowledge of a party on that